Persecution of believers. You know, as many as 3,500 a day are dying around the world because of the cause of Jesus. Yes. Interest in the occult. We've seen signs in society: lawlessness, violence, immorality, greed, selfishness, hedonism, rebellion, and despair. We've seen signs in nature: famines, earthquakes, plagues, unnatural weather. One of the things that provoked me to preach this message was something I took off the internet the other day. I love the internet, man. I mean, I love Google, man. You know, when I was a kid, I always hoped that, how many ever saw this story about the genie? You know, you rub the thing and because Google is like having somebody in the house you can ask anything. Just ask Google, man. Google knows. And when you go on there, you know, I don't recommend staying on that stuff all the time, but it's a nice little tool. It's helped me find out some things quicker than I could ever find them out before. It's interesting. And this was on the internet. I want the musicians to come up. It said the storm, the title is "More Active Sun Means Nasty Solar Storms." The sun is about to get a lot more active, which could have ill effects on the earth. So to prepare, top scientists met Tuesday to discuss the best way to protect Earth's satellites and other vital systems from the coming solar storms. Solar storms occur when sunspots on the star erupt and spew flames that can damage solar system. The sun's activity typically flows in an 11-year cycle. But here's what I want to get this. The sun is waking up from a deep slumber. In the next few years, it's expected to be at much higher levels of sunstorms. In this one it says, which is a prophetic last day thing, the magnetic polar reversal predicted by computer model for 2012 is gaining more attention since it was likely first announced. While the effects of the magnetic polar reversal have never been observed by mankind, it apparently happened in the distant past. No one knows the extent of the damage this could cause, but based on expert opinion, I've speculated that the combined effects of two polar reversals could fulfill the sixth seal of Revelation 6. And if this is projected, the time of 2012 could be correct. It fits into the early stages of the Daniel's 70th week. If this happens, they said that it could be 20 times more powerful on the economic problems in the earth, 20 times more problems than Katrina. It's amazing. I mean, this is stuff that you know, I mean, this is some weird stuff. What stuff? Well, tsunamis. I didn't know what a tsunami. I thought a tsunami was something a Japanese guerrilla war. I didn't know what a tsunami was. But I found out the hard way. 200,000 people died in one. I didn't know that you could have a volcano under the ice cap and blow it into the air and stop a third of the world's air traffic. I didn't know that you could wash a state into the Gulf of Mexico with a hurricane. And I'm 63 years old. I've been around for a while, but there's animals that are coming. I knew Haiti had a lot of trouble, but in 200 years, it's the worst earthquake in history. What's all that stuff mean? I don't know, but I just got a feeling, man. I got a feeling it means this right here. It means people, get ready. There's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. Luke chapter 21, verse 24, 25. Put that up, Josh. Luke chapter 21, verse 25. Jesus said this. I didn't make it up. There shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexities, and the sea and the waves with roaring. We're wondering who's going to do what. Is Iran going to discover nuclear weapons? Is America going to attack them? I don't think they'll have to. I think Israel will. Will there ever be peace in the Middle East? No. No. It's in the last days the armies of many nations will surround Israel. You know, at some point, we got to wake up and realize we better keep the oil. Now, there was 10 of them virgins, and they all had lamps. That means that everybody thought they had a light. See, Jesus said in one place, if the light that is in you be darkness, how great is that darkness? If the light that you think is light is not really light, it's more darker than darkness. So here's my message this morning. People, get ready. There's a train a coming. All you need is faith to hear those engines humming. People, get ready. You got to get on board. You know, during the tribulation period, there's 21 plagues. There's 7 years of that tribulation. 7 years. That means 84 months. Want to try to sing this? I can play it. Huh? Can you play that? 84 months, 21 plagues, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 vials. How many's ever read the book of Revelation enough to know that? 21 plagues, 84 months. That figures to about every 3.5 months there'll be a more devastating plague than there was. And the difference now is we get these little reprieves in between. You know, we got through Haiti, we went to Chile, and then we went to Mexico, and then the ice cap blew off. Of course, we were already in Asia with a tsunami. In 2007, there was 55 earthquakes. 2008, there was 58 major. Last year, there were 73. It's just like birth pains. When a woman starts to have a baby, they move closer together. And I predict they're going to get closer and closer together. It's called the beginning of sorrow. It's called travail. The world is in travail. I mean, just with your common sense, look around and think, man, this thing can't go on the way we're doing it. I mean, can it go on the way we're doing it? It ain't like, we're out of the political battles, We're trying to figure out if a Democrat or a Republican belongs in the White House. Listen, man, when Jesus is coming, you could have one of each in there and it don't matter. Because the government is upon his shoulder. So I'm preaching it to you like this because I want to ask you this morning, do you have your oil? Have you got your oil? You don't need no ticket, but you got to have the oil, man. You got to know. Let's think about that term, ready.
Don't need no baggage.
Are you ready?
Just get on board.
Now listen.
All you need.
Let me say this right here. People prepare more for a picnic many times than they do eternity.
Don't need no ticket.
They think because they've been in the boat, they came in where Noah's at. Let's pretend I'm Noah. They come in and sit down, put their feet up on the chair. They've been in there where Noah's at, so they think they're in the boat.